私たちの元救世主をクライ到着しました。
So, the Nintendo Switch trailer released a few days ago, and I watched it the minute that the video went up, but I wanted to sit back and gather my thoughts and also do a bit of research before I made a video on it. So at first my thoughts were all over the place. Like, wow, Nintendo, most of the rumors are true. The weird controllers that come apart, the console pretty much being a handheld with a dock, and most of my first impressions were negative, but the more and more I watched this Switch trailer, the more I fell in love with the console. So today I want to talk about the Switch, things we know about it so far, things that may not be true that we've seen or heard about the system, and just sharing my thoughts on it. So for those of you who have not seen the trailer, I'll link it in the description below. I'm also going to show screenshots throughout this video because Nintendo is pretty harsh when it comes to copyright strikes and claims here on YouTube. So what I like is that the trailer doesn't really advertise the console as a children's console or family-friendly game system, though we know it's Nintendo and of course it's going to be kid-friendly, but they show adults throughout the trailer, even esports, and that to me was just a good move on Nintendo's part, showing how a guy can go from sitting on the couch playing Zelda to walking his dog and bringing the console with him. They showed off many features of the consoles in cool ways throughout the trailer, but the point of this video isn't to analyze the trailer, so let's talk about what we know about this console so far. The Nintendo Switch is a handheld system. The screen appears to be the size of a mid to large size tablet and has two controllers called Joy-Cons that can be attached and detached to the screen depending on how you want to use your Switch. The console also has a built-in stand allowing you to detach the Joy-Cons and play from a short distance, as you really wouldn't want to be that far away as the screen isn't that big. However, playing from a distance might not be so bad if you place the console into the docking station. The docking station will take whatever is being displayed on the handheld and display it onto your TV. So the Switch is a handheld, it's portable, take your games on the go, but the way they advertise it and the way I see it is that it still comes off as a home console. It's like a home console with the option to take it on the go. Now maybe that's just me, or maybe I fell for their marketing strategy, but it doesn't seem like they're trying to compete with their other portable console, the 3DS. It seems like the Switch is in its own lane, and I think that's a good thing for Nintendo. Now let's talk about the Joy-Cons or controllers a little more. So yes, you can detach them and sit back with a Joy-Con in each hand, playing your Switch while it's docked on the TV, or while using its stand. But these Joy-Cons can also be attached to a thing called the Joy-Con grip, which turns our two tiny Joy-Con controllers into a weird looking basic controller. But if you don't like the look of this, or want something more official when playing your Switch while it's connected to a TV, you can get this Switch Pro controller. Now I'm pretty sure this won't come with the console, so you'll have to purchase it separately, but I'm definitely going to get this. The two Joy-Cons that come with the console can also be used as Player 1 and Player 2 controllers. That's pretty crazy seeing as how tiny these things are, but I guess it works because you see two guys racing against each other in Mario Kart using one tiny Joy-Con each, and you also see 4 players playing NBA using one Joy-Con each, but using 2 Switches for local play. I most likely won't be playing any games with friends split screen because, you know, maybe I just don't have friends. But the idea is nice, it's just these tiny ass controllers make it a bit weird. One thing we don't know about the Switch is if it will be touchscreen, and if so, how will the touchscreen work when the system is docked. Personally, I would prefer that it doesn't have touchscreen. Everything that is confirmed for the system looks cool so far, and I feel adding touchscreen is just doing it a little too much, but maybe that's just me. And I bet some of you guys are curious as to how powerful this system will be, especially since it's a handheld. Well, the Switch is being powered by a custom NVIDIA mobile Tegra processor, with development kits using the X1 chip that's already being used for the Shield Android TV console, and the Google Pixel C tablet. Using the Tegra, Nintendo is aiming to find a perfect balance between power and energy efficiency to maintain battery life. Now, that's a huge thing I'm worried about because I feel like this is going to die after like 3 hours of gameplay, but who knows, hopefully they find that perfect balance. The X1 chip is also pretty powerful. It's capable of 1080p 60 frames per second, doing a better job of displaying some games than the Xbox 360 and PS3. The thing is, the X1 isn't a new chip, so Nintendo pushing the Switch back to 2017 could mean they're waiting to use the X2 chip, but there's no real solid information about that. So it's pretty good as you guys can see, but like Nintendo's other consoles, it's not really trying to compete with the current generation of hardware like the PS4 and Xbox One. But being a handheld console, I didn't really expect that. It does use cartridges, but it won't be backwards compatible, and there's still no confirmation as to whether or not you can download games like you could on the Wii U and 3DS. But I'd be shocked if you couldn't, especially with how many people there are that prefer downloading games nowadays. Now in the trailer, they show us the new Zelda, which we know is going to be a Switch title, possibly a launch title. We also see Skyrim Remastered, NBA 2K17, Splatoon, a new Mario Kart game, and a new Super Mario. So what does this tell us? It seems that the Switch will be having third-party support. Now some of you may have seen articles and videos stating that those were just demos for the Switch trailer and are likely but not confirmed for the Switch, but come on. Even though all these titles are likely, I'm sure we'll see a new Mario Kart, Super Mario, Zelda, and if it's using third-party support, why wouldn't we see a Skyrim Remastered or new NBA? Nintendo also released a list of studios working on titles for the Switch: Square Enix, Bethesda, Capcom, Sega, Havok, Konami, From Software, and many more. Could we maybe see a Dark Souls port on the Switch? That might be jumping the gun, but wouldn't that be amazing? Working with third-party devs, I really think this console will succeed. We also have a short list of confirmed games, being the new Zelda, which is also going to hit Wii U, Dragon Quest XI, and Dragon Quest X, which is an MMO that released on both Wii and Wii U. There's also going to be a new Sonic game and new Just Dance. Personally, I'm hyped for the new Zelda and Dragon Quest games, but I'm not really a fan of Sonic or Just Dance. So as I said, my first impressions on this system were just, I didn't know what to think, but I was hoping the rumors floating around about the console before the reveal weren't true, like controllers that split off from the screen, a docking station. I really didn't want Nintendo to focus on another handheld or try too hard to be different, but as I watched through the trailer a few times, I'm now on the hype train. Wasn't such a fan of the Wii U or Wii, though I own both, but I do like what Nintendo's doing here, so I support it. I couldn't care less how powerful the system is, whether or not it can run 4K or compete with PS4 and Xbox One. As long as it runs smooth, has good games, and the features of the system play out well, like the controllers and docking station, I'm fine with it. So let me know what you guys think about the Switch. Are you excited for it? Do you plan on getting yourself one, or do you think the whole idea is shit? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you soon, friends.